Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and the puzzle I'm looking at today is called Sprinkles Ice Cream. Frosty wrote us a lovely email explaining that he had been inveigled into variant Sudoku by the channel and had watched with entertainment videos for ages and then decided to have a go at construction, and here we go, Sprinkles Ice Cream, and it's partly a thank you from Frosty for the work we've done, and we're very grateful for people who say things like that, obviously, because it's nice. We like the comments which are nice, and we like the emails which kind of resonate with what we're trying to do. So thank you very much, Frosty, and I'm delighted to be having a go at Sprinkles Ice Cream. And you can see the kind of picture in the grid. I'll have a look at that in a moment. I'll go through the rules, but I do want to tell you about our Patreon, where Blobs' Lord of the Rings has been followed up by the Hobbit puzzle hunt and is fabulous. 19 tough-ish. Some of them, well, 19 puzzles varying between medium and medium hard. Nothing absolutely brutal, if I'm honest. It's really good, and it's on Patreon at the moment. Give it a try. There's loads of other content on Patreon as well, and we try and keep it updated with interesting stuff for you. So do join us there. It's a great sort of puzzle club. And you can get all of our apps as well. They feature Domino Sudoku, Line Sudoku, Killer Sudoku, and of course Fog of War Sudoku, the latest one, and they're great. There's also SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD and our merchandise on the links under the video, but the first link is to Sprinkles Ice Cream, in which normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, column and box. We just get 2 given digits donated by Frosty. Purple line. A purple line contains a set of consecutive digits in any order. So that's a Renban. Adjacent digits on a green line, which is a German whisper, must have a difference of at least 5. So you could put 1 and 6 there, or 1 and 8, but not 3 and 7. On a grey line, adjacent digits must have a constant difference. So the difference is always the same between those two and those two and those two. So there are ways that you could achieve that. Digits next to a black dot must be in a 1 to 2 ratio. So those two, one is half the other. Digits joined by a V add up to 5. Digits joined by an X add up to 10. And digits within a cage sum to the total marked in the corner. Those are the rules. They're kind of normal rules, apart from the grey line, which is a same difference line, if you like. Okay, give it a try on that first link under the video. I am going to restart the puzzle and say, let's get cracking now. So, first of all, I'm going to tell you things about German whispers. 5 can't go on a green line, so 5 in the central box must be there. Then, digits alternate on a green line between higher than 5 and lower than 5, and 6s and 4s are difficult to place on green lines. They have to go in places where any two neighbours can't see each other. There's only one possible neighbour for a 6, so I'm writing in a 1 there. Then this is going to be high, this is going to be low and can't be the monogamous 4. That only has one possible partner. This is going to be high. And I don't know about high and low on the other central. I think because of the alternation rule, that's 1 high and 1 low, and so is that. This is 2 of one polarity, and the other polarity must be matched by the polarity of that digit. Okay, I'm gonna just colour them in case I forget that. But I don't know what that polarity is, whether yellow is low and red is high, or the other way around. Okay, this box is absolutely full of traffic. The 6 digits in it are on black dots. There are only 6 Sudoku digits that can go on black dots. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. The digits that can't, and are therefore in these cells, are 5, 7 and 9. Now in the top row you can't put a 5, so you're going to have to put it here. And that's another 5 in the puzzle. Right, 7 or 9 there on the X means 1 or 3 here. On the V, that means 2 or 4 here. On the X, that means 6 or 8 here. Just trying to get the relationships right. On the black dot, that means 3 or 4 there. This black dot from 1 or 3 is 2 or 6. And I think this one is more constrained than it looks. If I was just looking at that cell, I would write 1, 2, 4 or 8 here, but let's just work out what this sequence is. Either this goes 1, 2, 4, 6, 3, and then this is an 8, or this goes 3, 6, 2, 8, 4, and this is a 1. It's one of those two, which is a surprise. Now, 6 and 1 have been placed in box 8. They must... Okay, I'm going to share with you quickly the secret that every box, column and row in a Sudoku always adds up to the same number. So row 9 always adds up to that number. It's 45. But we can deduct the 2 cages, which add up to 30, and that means these 3 add up to 15. It's not that helpful a total. That is the most middly total possible. Oh, the Renban. Yes, 7 and 9 are already on the Renban, so that digit is 6 or 8. The Renban is, this Renban is 9 cells long, so it's basically an extra region of the digits 1 to 9. I mean, they are all consecutive, so it's obeying that, but that's what it's doing. Now, what else have we got? I don't know. Oh, this is magic. Right. Is this right? I might be wrong about this. Where does 6 go in the central box? There is my question to you. Well, not in the cell where we wrote 5, and not down the middle column because there's a 6 there already. It also doesn't go in this yellow cell because that would put 1 in the red cell next to a 1. So, I don't know where 6 goes, but it's in one of these 4 cells I've got highlighted. I would not normally give them monkeys about a box in which a digit could go in 4 different places. But this is very interesting because 6 in any of those places on a green line has to be next to a 1. And I think that means 1 must be in one of those 3 cells and they're all looking at that one. Isn't that gorgeous? That's what's going on in Sprinkles Ice Cream by Frosty. I think we get to disambiguate this whole, this whole box now. 6, 3, that's a 9 on an X. There we go, box 2 is suddenly finished. And now we know 6 is not in those 2 cells, so that one's not a 1. And that's a remarkable bit of crafting actually. That's really interesting. Now, where does that leave us? Well, right, we've got 8 on the Renban, so that digit is a 6, and we know what goes next to 6. We've done it a couple of times. It's a 1. Oh, that would have taken 1 out of the central cell too. Now, that 6 removes 6 from here, and suddenly we've actually dealt with all of those 4 positions in box 5 for 6 and found exactly where it is. And we can place the 1 accordingly. Now, what's going on the line? 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got to have a 1 on this purple line, which has all the digits. Oh, those two, they see 6, 7, 8, 9 on the line and 2, 3, 5 in the row. They are 1 and 4, and we know the order. Perfect. 4, 1. Now we need 2, 3, and 5 on the purple line. In those cells, this one in box 1 can't be a 5 because of the given digit, which I did spot, even though it's hiding in black in the corner. And now one of these is a 5. This can't be a 1, 9x because of that, or a 4, 6x because of the 4s. So it's 2 or 3 on top of 7 or 8. And that's a 2, 3 pair in the row, and we've placed the 5 on the purple. This is a 2, 3 pair. Actually, what that means is those two are the same digit. Let's make them violet. Now, this is either 2, 3, or 9. It can't be 7 because those would be a 1, 2 pair. If it's 9, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. It could be 2, 3 or 9. I don't see how I know one way or the other. Well, if it was 2 or 3, I don't know. No, I'm not sure. Okay, something I've been thinking about is where do 1 and 6 go in the bottom row? If 1 went, the point is they don't go here because they're already used, so they must go in a cage. If 1 went into the 18 cage, it would be very predictable. It would be 1, 9, 8 to make up 18. The 6 would now go in this cage with 4 and 2. Ah, that doesn't work. Look, this cell can't be 7, 3 or 5. So if you were to put 1 in this cage with 1, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6 would have to be over here, and this cell couldn't be filled because it sees 3, 5 and 7. Perfect. That's really deep, actually. So 1 isn't in that cage, it's in this cage. Now, that's not surprising, and that's what I was sort of hoping to prove. But I don't know quite where that leaves me. Maybe we next ask where 6 goes in these cages, because it might be over here if this was 1, 5, 6. Actually, I've just thought of another reason that cage couldn't have been 2, 4, 6, and that's this black dot, which is quite amusing too. I wouldn't normally mention it, but it does amuse me. Anyway, right. If this is 1, 5, 6, this could be 9 and a pair that add to 7, which would be 2, 7, and this would be 3, 4, 8, and we can do that. That's a shame. And that's if 6 was in this cage. Right, alternatively, 6 could be in this cage with a pair adding to 12, but there are 3 sets. I don't know. I thought I was going to find something useful by putting 1 in there. It didn't really happen. Oh, 7, 8, and 9 are triples still waiting to be placed in. I've got 1 in the top row. I should do Sudoku sometimes. It can prove profitable when you're doing a Sudoku puzzle. I'm going to have to think about the grey line, aren't I? That's what's going to happen. Right. What you have to be careful of with the grey line is particularly... So I think you must have an ascending or descending sequence in these 3 cells. Because you can't go up by a certain amount and then come back by a certain amount if the 3rd digit can't be the same as the 1st. So you have to keep going up or down from there. And actually you can't go down now. The only way to go down from this digit would be 3, 2, 1. The thing I was going to say you have to be careful about is this doesn't have to go the same way. That could bounce back to be the same as this digit. So we've got to bear that in mind. But I have just discovered that 2 or 3 there means we must increase here. And this digit, by the way, is bigger than 2 or 3, but it can't be 5 or 6. I don't think it can be 7 because the difference between there won't let there be a Sudoku digit here because we know we're ascending by the same amount. So actually we're quite restricted. This is 2 or 3, this is 3 or 4. This goes up at a minimum to 4 and at a maximum to 6. And it can't be 5 by Sudoku. So this chain of events now is either, well actually it's either 2, 3, 4 or 2, 4, 6, and this digit's always a 2. This can't go 3, 4, 6. That is not consistent differences. So that's a 2. We found that violet is a 2. I'm going to get rid of violet now. Bye bye bye. So that's a 3 there. That's an 8. But I don't know whether we've gone 2, 3, 4, and this will then be 5 or 3, or whether we've gone 2, 4, 6, and then this will be 8 or 4. And somehow, despite there being only 2 possibilities here, I've ended up with 4 candidates in this cell, which is a little irritating, but at least we found something out, and that includes that this is not 2. If that's a 3, this is 8, and that's 9. And then the other digits are 2, 4, and 7, which would be a 2, 7 pair, 2, 7 there, and 4 here. Oh, that will work. Then this will be a 9. And that was starting with a 3 here. Now the alternative is that this is a 9. In which case, these are from 2, 3, 4, as is 1 digit on this line, and this is 7 or 8, and this is 2 or 3. So I think we're ending up with 2, 3 or 9 here as well. But I can't even rule out 2 as I could there. Ah, this black dot can't have 2 or 8 on. Right, that is a 3, 6 pair. This is now a 3, 4, 6 triple. That digit is 7 or 9. Oh, I'm going to take out these pencil marks. I was planning, or maybe I put in the pencil marks that apply if that's a 9. And yeah, okay, there we go. It is interesting because now 3 must be in one of those cells, whichever way round this goes, high, low, high. And 9, if that's a 3, yeah, 9 must be in one of those two. I mean, those are findings, they count. 2, 8, if that's a 3, 6, this is now not a 3, 6 pair. Oh, hang on, I've got a 2 in the top row. There it is. And a 3, 4, 6 triple and a 7, 9 pair. Stuff is going on by Sudoku. There's another 3, 4, 6 pair. This group of cells is 7, 8, 9. Now that might be interesting down here. Let's just go back to imagining this as 1, 5, 6. Ah, perfect. If this was 1, 5, 6 now, the 7, 8, 9 there means these cells, which see both of those groups, would have to be selected from 2, 3, 4. Well, that won't work in an 18 cage. The most they could add up to is 7, and we can't have an 11 here. So this is not a 1, 5, 6 cage, and now the 6 in the bottom row goes very deliberately here. It's not there because of that 3, 6 pair, and it's not there, obviously. So that 6 makes that a 3 and that a 6. And now we can do 4 and 3, and this is 5 or 3. And in this cage, these two add up to 12. It can't be 9, 3. So it's either 7, 5 or 8, 4. This pair add up to 11, and they're not 6, 5. That's the only thing we don't know. That's the only combination. Oh, hang on. This is 7, 8 or 9 because 1, 2, 3, 4 are gone in this row. And they add up to 11. So this is 4, 3 or 2. Now, what about this? If this went 1, 4, 8. Oh, hang on. That 3 has made this a 5. Oh, so this line did ascend the whole way. This is not a 3. Yeah, it's worth cleaning up the Sudoku. I do know that. I just don't always do it. Eight, 4, 5. I'm just looking down the central column. No, I don't know. 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. What about this pair? It can't use an 8 and it can't use 6 or 3. It is using 1, 2 or 4, and it's definitely using 2. And there, oh no, we've got 2. Oh, that can't be a 2. That has never been able to be a 2. I didn't even notice that. So this either goes, so this can never be a 4 because you couldn't fill that. Well, these are more restricted than I thought, but it's not enough to fill in. I still don't know which of those is a 7. Oh, come on. This can't have a 1 on it. It could be 3, 6 in a certain order. In fact, 6 is definitely in one of those 2 cells, and therefore sort of a 50-50 chance of being on the black dot. Not really. 1 is in one of those cells. 2, 3, 4, 6. What about... I mean, we're very close now. 7, 6, 3, 5, 1. This is 2, 8 or 9. I don't know which one. This is 2, 7 or 9. I mean, it's boring marking up. Oh, one of those is a 2. Is that any use? No, not really. This is 3, 7 or 8. And I still... don't know. I can't make anything of the German whispers in the middle box. So I should be using something else, and I don't know what that is. Let me just try and figure it out for us. 5 in column 3 is definitely there. So there we go, that'll do it. So 5 in row 9 is definitely there. And now I can add up this cage as a 6, 5, 7, that adds to 18. Now this doesn't have a 7, that's not 4. The 4 in the row is somewhere in the middle box. We're still not resolved here. If that went 1, 3, 8, this would be a 2, 4 pair. This is either 2 and 4 or 6 on top of 3. And I still don't know which. Man, that's irritating. Okay, this looks like the only place for 4 in the central box. I hadn't noticed that. That is really good. That's going to sort out all my high-lows here. 4, 9, 3. That is 7 or 8. This red cell is a 2. Don't need the colours anymore. They have done their job. This is not 9. And it's also not 2. That is 7. That's 2. That's 8. Central box done. This can be filled in as a 3. That's going to sort out the cage. 8 and 4 must be able to do these cells. 7 and 9. Central 3 columns complete. And column 6, maybe I can complete, yes, column 7 and now column 3 all done. That's a 4, that must be 2, that's a 1, 3 and 4 here, 6 and 7 here. Well, 7 don't go on no black dot. And 6 can be placed in box 1. Right, this is done. 6, 4, 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light, proving its position. And then we've got 2 and 4 there. Oh no, I've got 2 1s here because I mistyped a 1 as a 3. It's okay. It was just an error that didn't actually affect anything else. Thank goodness for that. 9, 7, 8. I mean, we're all allowed a typo from time to time. Come on. There we go. What a lovely puzzle. Thank you for your sprinkles ice cream, Frosty. I enjoyed it a lot. There was a lot going on in that, and it's very clever. Thanks for following us on the channel. For lovely people who send lovely emails like Frosty's and nice comments. We really appreciate them, and it keeps us going, honestly. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.